today's guitar lesson, we're going to work on our country and bluegrass rhythm guitar fill riffs. And we are going to practice these fill riffs using a nice country and bluegrass sounding chord progression. And all the fill riffs we're learning today, they're going to be in the key of D. So first we're going to learn all the fill riffs and all the fun stuff. Later in the lesson, I'm going to talk a little bit about guitar scale theory, and we'll look at the guitar scales that you need to learn in the key of D to get this country and bluegrass sound. Now here's the chord progression that we're going to be using to practice these fill riffs. You see on the screen that we're going to play a fill riff in two different locations during this progression, or in two different measures. Now take a listen. Let me play an example of this progression with the fill riffs, just so you can hear it, and then we'll pull up tablature and start working through some different fill riffs. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4, fill riff. G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, fill riff. D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. So that's the progression right there that we're going to use today. It's 8 measures long. We're going to work through this progression a few times, and we're going to pull up the tablature for it as we go through it. And I'm going to show you all some different fill riffs. And I believe we've got 6 different fill riffs that I'm going to show you today. They've all got that really nice country and bluegrass sound that we're all going for. So here we go. Here's the first 4 measures of this progression. In the second measure, you see that we are going to play fill riff number 1. So take a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check out that fill riff there in the second measure. If you look at my left hand, I'm using my left middle finger for all the notes that we're going to fret. All done with the left middle. And you can also see the down pick and the up pick triangles below the notes in the tablature. So that's fill riff number 1. Let's play through these 4 measures one more time, and then we will move on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause if you want to work on that more. Now let's move into measures 5 through 8. And we're switching to an A7 open chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there in the 6th measure, we're calling that fill riff number 2. But if you listen to it, that's actually the same fill riff that we just used a minute ago. I wanted to use it one more time just to show that this is such a useful fill riff. Because when you're in the key of D, you got a song in the key of D, you can use this fill riff right here to transition to and from several different open chords when you're in the key of D. It's a real handy fill riff, so add this one to your bag of licks. We've already learned that one, so I'm not going to break it down completely, but what I want to do now is just play through the 8 measures that we've learned so far with the tablature. Practice with me if you want to, or you can just listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there is one round of the 8 measure chord progression we are looking at today. So let's go through that one more time, but this time I'm going to show you all some different fill riffs that you can use. These are some real cool fill riffs here. The measures you see on the screen, this is measures 9 through 12 of this is the practice tablature that you can download right below this video. So let's learn. We got fill riff number 3. You see that there in the 10th measure. So take a listen to these 4 measures. I really like this fill riff a lot. Let me give you all a couple quick pointers on that. There in the 10th measure, you see that we are starting on our left ring finger, but then go to your pointer and you're pulling off. You're going to do an upward pull off there. You know, if you're not used to doing an upward pull off, I've talked about upward pull offs a lot in my other lesson videos. But I'm going to show you all again one more time in case you missed that. I always like to pull off in the direction that I'm headed. So in this case, we're pulling off upward, you know, because we're headed next to the 3rd string. Just pull off in the direction you're headed. If you did a downward pull off there, you'd have to come all the way back up here to hit the next note. So it's not very efficient. Now, try to get in the habit of pulling off the direction that you're headed. Really improve y'all's speed and make your riff sound a lot cleaner. So here's the riff one more time. Ring finger, pull off, and then I go with my pointer there on that note. Pointer, and then open. Just left middle pointer, and I'll do a downward pull off there actually, and which is probably a bad habit because we're actually, you could do an upward pull off there as well. Upward pull off into the G chord. So that's fill riff number 3. Pause if you want to work on that. Let's move into the next 4 measures. Measures 13 through 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 14. It's fill riff number 4. We're hammering on to our left middle, and then our middle again on that note. Hammer to the middle, open middle, and then slide up with your left ring finger. And then at the end, land on your pointer. Slide up with the ring to the pointer. And that pointer finger note there, that very last note of the riff, hold that down and let it ring out. You'll see when you get to measure 15, you're going to the D chord and your pointer finger is already planted at the end of the riff. It's just ready for that D chord. So if you let that note ring out, it's a really nice overtone and it'll smooth out this riff. So take a listen for that note right there. Listen to it ring out this time. You heard it? So that's fill riff number 4. Let's keep moving through the fill riffs, and then here at the end we'll practice through the entire 3 rounds of this progression. But now let's move into the next 4 measures where we're going to look at fill riff number 5.